different,
Right.
you know? And I would say that if I was a guy, my first focus would be on mindset, because
That's it. Exactly.
that is the biggest thing. Like, yes, like obviously being in shape is good, but there are women who don't even care as much about that.
No, mindset
So one thing that everybody cares about, including the guy, is the mindset, right? Like you'll be happier too when you're not being so negative and wasting all your time commenting on random videos on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, and you live from a more positive and uplifting place and empowering. Like that's the thing, I guess. I'm just like you have so much power over yourself. Like everybody has so much power over themselves, and they don't even they just throw it out the window. They're like, no, I don't. And I'm like, yes, you do. Like you could literally, I could leave right now and go to Greece and never come back. Like I have so much power over my life. Like granted, I'm not going to do that, but I'm just trying to say that people have so much power in so many areas of their life that they forget. And I do think that people have just forgotten.
Yeah.
But I guess trying to make them realize that they can change their life. And that's why I guess I don't understand why men don't listen to you, because they've seen your pictures, a lot of them who follow you and whatnot from where you were and where you are now. And even could go back and watch some of your videos because you've been on, social media for so long of even 8 years ago and compare. So I'm just if they don't listen to you, then who are they going to listen to? Then I guess they just need to listen to themselves. They need to wake up and be like, I have the power.
Yeah. And plenty of guys do, you know what I mean? It's just the ones that we see that don't listen. And I mean, and that's why I called my company Bulldog Mindset. I didn't call it Bulldog Fitness or Bulldog Money or whatever.
Dating.
It's or dating. It's it's because mindset is the most important thing. But yeah, it's you're absolutely right. You have a lot more power, personal power, as Tony Robbins would say, than you realize that you have.
Right.
Right. A lot of guys think they're stuck in the situation. They're stuck and there's nothing they can do. But the hopelessness is what. And unfortunately, the internet breeds that. The way that the internet is structured today, social media is today, is that you can stick your head in the sand and you can only hear the things that you want to hear, right? Whether that be from a political position, right? You can just get the Facebook stuff that you want to see, right? You know what I mean? Or just from when you have the wrong mindset, and there's plenty of these, I'll call them cults on the internet that guys fall into, where they're just being told the same thing. It's one story about this one girl that cheated on this guy and did all these things. That's just repeated. It's just a legend now. It's where's the even source? There's guys that are 20 years old that are I don't want to women, they'll cheat on you and all these things. And I'm like, where did you even hear that? You're 20 years old. How do you even know this stuff?
Fear.
You don't have firsthand experience.
They're allowing the fear to control their life. They're allowing one story, which is not a good story.
Right.
To cause them so much fear that now they don't even want to be in a relationship for the fear of something that could happen, which I understand.
Yeah.
I get that, but I also get that you can't allow the fear to control your life. And they're allowing the fear to control their life and put them in this pessimistic attitude, which I'm also reading this book about optimists and pessimists. And the helplessness comes from a super pessimistic attitude.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so they're not even realizing that by viewing the world so there's nothing I can do, it actually perpetuates the bad things to keep happening to them.
Exactly. That's exactly
and I guess that's
and see,
where I just want to shake them and be like, look, you can do it. You have the power, you just I know that it's hard, but there are some good in all the things. And maybe the good is just that, look, I'm down here right now. That means I can only go up.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
So they have to just reframe a lot of how they're viewing things, which I know is not easy either. I'm not trying to make it seem super simple, but
no, it takes some pride in that is hard. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying the solution is to start taking pride in the fact that it's hard. That's what, I sometimes I have coaching clients that would complain and I'd be like, I'd point to my wall and I'd be like, see these marathon medals. I was like, do you want me to just give you one of these? It's like, I could get your name engraved on that and I'll give it to you. No, and they're like, serious? I'm like, yeah, no, serious. I'll send it to you. Like, what's your address? And they're like, no. I'm like, why don't you want it? It's like it's a medal. Like, I can put your name on there. I can put a time on there, and then I'll send it to you. And then you can put it on your wall, and you know, you can have a marathon medal. And they're like, I don't want it because I didn't run it. And I'm like, oh, really? So wait a minute. Are you telling me that you want shit to be hard so that you can overcome it and then you can feel good about yourself? So why do you keep coming to me and telling me that you want shit to be easy and want me to make it easy for you? I don't understand it. Which do you want? You want the medal? I can send it to you. Or do you want to earn the medal?
The funny thing is, too, when you just described that, it's like they don't realize that once you get past the hard, it does get easy.
Right.
But only then.
Right.
Only then does it get easy, once you get past the hard. And then you have something else that's hard you need to get through and then make it easier. And you're constantly going through that, right? But if they want easy, they don't realize that first you have to go through the hard to get to the easy. Because, I mean, you've run a lot of races. So the first one, I'm sure, was hard.
For sure.
And then once you did a few of those, it probably seemed a little easier.
It seemed easier.
Then you picked a harder.
Right. A harder race.
A harder run.
Sure.
And it was hard. And then you kept going. You know what I mean? Because it seemed a little bit easier. It's never, trust me, it's never easy to run long miles.
Yeah.
I know that. But I'm just saying, like, what they don't realize is that once you get through the hard, it gets easier.
It does, yeah. And you start to take pride in it. Like I said, that's the thing, is you have to take pride in the fact that it is hard. It is a struggle. I'm not disagreeing with guys. I'm not saying that it's easy. I know, because I fought the battle. You know what I mean? I still fight the battle. It's still a struggle. I still have to wake up every day and be a man, right? And it's not an easy thing to do. I think the other thing about this too, the hope in it is that as far as like women in society is that, and we were talking about this the other day and I did a video about this, but the idea that men have a large influence on the woman that they're with that they don't understand. So I think a lot of men are like, oh, well, I see all these women with their butts out on Instagram and all of this stuff. And these are not quality women that would be a mother of my child. And it's like, okay, I get that viewpoint and I understand that. But look, that is a majority of women out in Western society today. Sure, that's true. Okay. However, a woman is a reflection of the man that she's with. You know, she's like a mirror, right? I talked about it. It's like, she's like a garden. Right. And you plant the seeds in that garden. And most women, if you treat them right, if you are nurturing their spirit, if you are uplifting them, and you're a man with a backbone, right? You still have to be a man, right? You have to have clear boundaries and not tolerate disrespect. But if you are loving her in the right way and she feels safe with you and protected by you, she's going to be greatly influenced by you. She's going to build her life around you. And who she is going to become as a woman is going to be a direct reflection of who you are as a man and your value.